Warning: do not listen to this hypnosis recording while driving a motor vehicle or operating machinery of any kind. This audio recording contains a professional hypnotherapy session and is designed to induce an eyes-closed state of hypnosis. Welcome to your hypnosis recording from richmindhypnosis.com. I am Jesse Berg, your hypnotherapist, founder of richmindhypnosis.com, and author of the book Rich Mind, Poor Mind. I thank you ahead of time for choosing richmindhypnosis.com for your personal products, and feel very confident that your experience will prove rewarding. Whether or not you have experienced hypnosis before, or whether it has been with a one-on-one session or a recorded session, I guarantee that not only each hypnotist, but each individual experience offers something unique than ever before. Please listen to the following carefully before starting the actual session. I highly recommend, as an ideal requirement to your session, to listen to the Rich Mind Hypnosis pre-talk in preparation for your hypnosis sessions. This was sent to you and included in your downloads when you ordered. If you do not have access to this, you can contact administrator at richmindhypnosis.com. That was the email address, administrator at richmindhypnosis.com, and request this pre-talk MP3. The pre-talk is very valuable in understanding the basics of hypnotherapy and adding to your success. Okay, next I'd like to go over something very common to a person experiencing hypnosis, which is to have expectations of what you are about to experience. Expectations are not negative, they are natural. However, making sure your expectations are positive and do not work against you is important. For example, many people who have not had very much exposure to hypnotherapy are still under the belief that to be in hypnosis is to not remember what happens in the session. This is not true. A deeply relaxed and hypnotized person indeed remembers the session. Another is that a person will often think that they will experience some supernatural level of relaxation. When they do not always meet their expectations, they can incorrectly believe they were not as hypnotized as they should have been, when actually hypnosis is very relaxing. And often people report incredible levels of relaxation and even blissfulness. It is still not expected that everyone will reach a level of relaxation that is much different than normal. However, hypnosis does work like exercise does in one way, which is conditioning. With more repetition, a person does seem to reach deeper and deeper levels. So whatever relaxation you feel is the correct level for you at the given moment. You are hypnotized while feeling fairly regular. Another is the simple expectation of the results a person expects and wonders about. This is a good time briefly to mention the difference between hope and expectation. They are both great and yet have subtle differences, especially regarding something like hypnosis. Hope is when we see something we want, be it physical, some kind of emotional fulfillment, or monetary. We hope to get it. We can relate to this. This is different than expectation. Like when you just expect the sun to rise every morning. It takes up a different place in your mind that you can feel. now. It becomes automatic, and in no way do you ever wonder as you awake and check outside to make sure the sun did rise. You feel this without even thinking about it, and know it will happen. And this is a place of totally secure beliefs in your mind. And as you expect to get the results from this hypnosis session in much the same way. You awake the next morning, going about your business, knowing what needed to take place did. To have positive expectations versus hope. You will take action on your part and live as your new changes open up to you. It is nice when something offers you a concrete result that you can rely on. Just like knowing the sun will rise tomorrow. And as you think about what you want from this session, you can be assured you will find it in the same place of your mind. Again, I recommend the pre-talk, which goes into some more depth and the great characteristics of hypnotherapy. With all of this said, you can expect something that absolutely qualifies as powerful and unique. Hypnotherapy not only offers deep, permanent change and a more clear self-awareness, but does it quickly and more easily. You can expect to relax much more than you have in some time. You can expect to finish with a positive, more clear-centered vision and sense of where you are going. And you can expect to have a smile on your face for the rest of the day. As we close, these next suggestions are very important for your session. Do go somewhere where you will not be disturbed for the length of the session, where it is quiet and comfortable, where you will lay back and be able to close your eyes. If there is too much disturbance, you may get distracted and not be able to focus on the session. If this happens, and we all do have busy lives, just be willing to stop and start over again at a later time. Set up your listening device and be ready to push play as you lay back and begin relaxing. As you go into this, remember that staying awake is important. If you are challenged listening to such relaxing sessions and falling to sleep during the session, just try and listen earlier in the day, or sit more upright, yet still reclined. This is relaxing and helps most people stay awake. The session is designed to keep you awake, yet deeply relaxed, just enough to be aware of the recorded session. Besides this, there is nothing for you to do except listen and relax as you follow along. I thank you again, and I'm very excited for you to experience powerful changes using the great method of hypnotherapy. Thanks again, and your session will begin in a few moments. You can get in a quiet, comfortable place, and I will see you in a minute. Go ahead and just close your eyes and start to relax. As we begin, you can just remain as comfortable as possible for now, and be aware for a moment here. The position of your body, where your arms are, where your feet are pointed, your breathing. And let that begin to take you a little more relaxed as we continue. You can also be aware of any sounds and silence around you that come and go, fade in and out, while slowly allowing all sounds to fade more and more into the distance. There really is something about going into a relaxed level of hypnosis at your own rate, gently yet effectively. It seems to meet you where you are, right now, merging with every cell of your mind and body, and then taking you in and guiding you the rest of the way. Just like a leaf on the ground underneath a tree that at some point, to get where it is now, had to float from the top all the way down, further and further, with new scenery at each turn, until finally it landed softly where it lays now, in a relaxed position on the ground. And there is something certain about getting to the relaxed state of mind. Just as the leaf was a part of the tree, and always will be, but on some level, for a short time, still separate. Separate from tension, separate from stress, from negativity. And just in the same way, the leaf has its own way of communicating to the nature around it, that it's exactly where it belongs. Your mind communicates with your body. Now, to relax just a little more with each word, and let your body sleep and your mind relax, and yet stay just alert enough for the remainder to hear all of the words in this session. And while we continue, it is possible to become aware of your arms, how they feel now, and are beginning to feel more relaxed, while you may become aware of your shoulders and any tension that is beginning to drain, and then slowly, briefly focus on your face and how that feels. And indeed, even your facial muscles can relax now. Just before, becoming aware of your breathing, becoming more rhythmic, and right after noticing your legs, how they feel now, and anything is the right answer. And before moving on, how your legs will go ahead and just relax without any effort from you, while taking your attention for a moment to your feet and the relaxation, developing as they relax and fold out. And you can also become aware, maybe for the first time, of the space between your feet, and a subtle connection between your feet within, side, the space, and breathing. Focus on your breathing as your automatic guide into an even further and deeper level of peace and quiet. as all and any remaining tensions make their way out of your mind and body. You can imagine, see, or pretend fairly well. And imagine yourself standing at the bottom of a stairwell. You stand peacefully at the bottom of this stairwell, relaxed, confident, safe, and secure. And look back up the stairwell, knowing at some point you had to come down the stairs. Starting at the top, you took a step down, beginning to notice a growing sense of well-being, tension-free, light, clarity, and then each of the next steps took you a little further down, another, and then another, until you reached the bottom and arrived at your destination, where you stand now. Letting each breath take you more relaxed, letting each word take you into an awareness separate from tension, stress, and anything other than an always developing self-awareness, well-being, peaceful state of mind where you can just be. There is nothing else to do for now. So letting go, breathing and relaxing. Letting go, breathing and relaxing is what you can do until I finish speaking. Letting go, breathing and relaxing. Now, just before we begin the hypnosis session of choice, you can take your attention to your facial muscles and allow them to let go of any small amount of remaining tension. Take your attention to your shoulders and allow anything other than comfort to leave. And take your attention to your arms, just noticing as they enter into a sleep-like state for the remainder of the session. And go ahead and become aware of your legs, and they too let go of anything other than a peaceful relaxation. Remember a time from the past, near or far, and remember when you saw a friend, co-worker, perhaps a family member, or even yourself, try so hard to get something they wanted. They wanted something so bad, tried and tried, and everyone knew that the best thing to do was just keep trying. A deeper, inner part of you knew that something just didn't seem right. You saw something that seemed to be getting in the way, but couldn't put your finger on it. And then a moment came when that person almost gave up, taking a step back to reconsider the situation. And then almost instantly they got what they wanted. The almost desperate effort was released, and then everything was able to align and go where it needed to. It seems that they just needed to stand back for a second, let go, and receive what they wanted. Today, for the next few minutes that follow, you can, in some way, the same way, let go and let everything align in the best way possible. And now, enjoy your relaxation as we continue momentarily. As you listen with a constant deepening of the depth of relaxation, you can become aware of the rhythm of your breathing and the peacefulness of your feelings as you begin to understand slowly. You are about to uncover one of the greatest gifts you could give yourself in the world: forgiveness, which is often the most difficult thing for some to obtain because of a false need to cling to something that makes sense. You will see what most never do, but could, which is that forgiveness can be easy to grasp and use to free yourself from so many emotional burdens and become capable of doing anything you want in your life, achieving anything, being fulfilled, and most of all, free. Free to be you around everyone, anyone. Free to be calm and in control around anyone and everyone. You couldn't forgive until now. So we continue. Just as a person who struggles each day to drive his bicycle through the dirt roads in the backwoods one day realizes a motor vehicle would improve his journeys, you too can realize your ability to find something that works better. Use something that feels better and relax more deeply. Use something that feels better. Use something that feels better. And you can. Use something that feels better. And relax. A person wakes one morning and as usual walks from their bedroom out into the rest of their home. This person walks down the hallway and as usual passes the ball of fire in the hallway. Now this person walks into the living room and as usual notices the large chunk of freezing ice. This person leaves their living room and walks into the kitchen to start their day, and as usual becomes aware of the steel, sharply spiked ball and chain in the kitchen. Like every other day, this person starts in with breakfast, and they start to wonder why this morning feels so different. Finally, it dawns on this person. They feel good today. Usually when they pass the ball of fire in the hallway, it is painful. A bad way to start the day. Why, this person wonders, did they not feel any pain today? Another thing, the large chunk of freezing ice in the living room is usually so painful, but today, nothing. This person wondering why they felt no discomfort as they usually do. And finally, the large, sharply spiked ball and chain in the kitchen. Just why? This person wonders, and just can't put their finger on why none of those usual things caused any pain today. There seems to be a timeline that causes the need for forgiveness. Someone does something that causes you to feel treated unfairly. This is absolutely sometimes the case, and others it is not. However, the first step is to interpret something as unfair to you. Now, this other person has done something to rattle your inner worldly rules. You have interpreted. You feel anger, frustration, and all kinds of emotions toward this person from the past. So this leads to understanding right here and now, at the first step. When someone does something as unfair to you, you can make a new choice from here forward. Understand to not be unfair to yourself just because of what another did. So immediately recognize the first step in this process and decide you will not be unfair to yourself by beating yourself up, feeling pain, anger, and putting yourself in the position to let this person's attempt to hurt you actually work. You will recognize and see when something is being interpreted as unfair by you, and decide now to treat yourself respectfully. 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 And relax more deeply now. The next step you typically go through is after the unfairly perceived situation has happened to you. You choose to rethink about it again and again until you get yourself angry all over again. You would then re-experience what that person did when they were not even around you anymore. Who do you need to forgive at this point? I wonder. At this point, you have treated yourself unfairly. The person who hurt you is not even there, and you have continued to treat yourself badly by reliving what they have done or said. You can forgive yourself. And you can forgive yourself. You can forgive yourself. You can forgive yourself. Relax, and you can forgive yourself. And relax. Finally, you get to a point in the future where you have put up such a wall, not trusting people as you are free to, feeling pain each time you think of someone you have not yet forgiven. And now it is obvious that all of this has actually happened without the other person involved. We as people continue to feel frustration, hurt, and emotional pain because of how we treat ourselves unfairly. Now you know that forgiveness is about you, not the other person. Now you see that forgiveness is necessary to open the gates of life once again. Now you know that forgiveness is all about you. And see that forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is about you. Forgiveness is about you. Relax. Forgiveness is about you. And now, forgiveness is about you. And relax deeper as we now continue. Some time back, you heard a story about a person who woke in the morning and could not figure out why they didn't feel the usual pain as they walked down the hall into the living room and then into the kitchen. After passing the ball of fire, the large chunk of freezing ice, and of course, the usual sharply spiked ball and chain. This person sat at breakfast, figuring out just why. And as much as they feel great, they still want to know why. For the first time in so long, they are not feeling the usual pain. When passing the usual leftover things they leave around their home. All of a sudden, it strikes this person in a moment of realization. For the first time in a long time, they realize they didn't stop to pick those things up and hold them. They remember, back from their breakfast, they walked by the ball of fire, an old memory in the hallway. They didn't stop to pick it up and feel the usual pain. They walked into the living room and didn't pick up the large chunk of ice, usually freezing their hands. And then, of course, getting to the kitchen. This person remembers not picking up the steel, sharply spiked ball and chain, as they usually would. This person thinks, how simple it is So why did it take so long to realize they didn't need to stop and hold all of those old pains every day? This person enjoys their new peacefulness and can feel much better now and relax. Just as in the story, you too will have your first day of the rest of your life as you realize you have not stopped to pick up anything painful from the past. You will know immediately from now on when you have stopped to do that, and you will feel it and remember. And remember what you know now. That you can only feel pain when you pick up an old unforgiven. Let it go, and then you will see for the first time. Just as the person in the story did. Eventually there was no ball of fire in the hallway. Eventually there was no large chunk of freezing ice in the living room. And eventually there was no sharp, steel-spiked ball and chain in the kitchen. No matter what another has done, it is only you who can hold onto it. And it is only you who can let go of it. And now, you will have no choice but to automatically know when you have picked something up. Let it go and enjoy your day. And now you know. Now you see that. Forgiveness must take place within you. Regardless of who or what another did. And at this point you will then gain clarity in understanding others much more clearly. You can relax with this new insight. Let each of the next phrases take you deeper and more relaxed each time you hear it, and let it go. Let it go. Let it go. While you can. Let it go. And let it go. And learn. And relax. Now you know you have learned, seen, and felt something different, and it is freedom. By forgiving, you reduce stress, increase your peace of mind, and are much more healthy. All along, people are looking to solve the mystery of forgiveness, and it turns out it is all about you. And you control how you feel. 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 And you control how you feel. And you can feel good now. Be silent along with me for the next few minutes. During this silence, let each person you still need to forgive for something come to mind briefly. Remember the story from earlier, and then feel and see each person as you choose to let go. You may even find compassion for some of the people. Just let yourself relax. Your mind can do this automatically. It comes, then you let go, and it fades. Each time relaxing more, and when I speak again, you can focus on my voice, and then go deeper. And begin. Slowly, gently now, allow your attention to come back to the sound of my voice. You are changed, much more free, and you can feel it. In a moment we will do something special. You will see the image of the person who you can't remember quite yet, but you will in a moment. That is the person who you need to forgive most of all. This person has made all the mistakes all the others have. They have also been a loving person. And in the process of life and learning, they too have needed forgiveness. And that is why it is so surprising you do not yet remember who they are. It creates compassion when you see such a good person with great intentions need forgiveness as well. Now see the image of yourself. Feel and remember what you have done, and let go of the balls of fire, the cold ice, the sharp spikes that have been created, and let go. You don't have to pick them up anymore. We all need forgiveness, and we all are only responsible for ourselves. And let that image fade of you as you relax much more, breathing in and out. And we continue. Take the next few moments of silence to feel what it is like to see, indeed, you have done all the same things, and how it feels to forgive yourself by letting go of the old pain. For a few moments until I speak again and begin. Okay now, gently. I will start shortly to count up to 4, and when I count, let each number take you a little more alert until the last number, when you will be fully alert, refreshed, and feeling better in every way. And 1. Slowly, just allow the process of equally coming up with each number. You now know you have within you the answer to forgiving. 2, a little more alert. Now you know you can use something that feels better. And 3, now you know forgiveness actually starts with you, and only you. And on the next count you will then be fully alert, feeling great, and 4, eyes open and totally alert, noticing how relieved you feel. And breathe deeply. Eyes open and alert, and congratulations. You have so much to be happy about, because finding the doorway to freedom and forgiveness will open many new pathways in your life, and just make it much more enjoyable. You may find it an extra benefit that you do indeed go deeper each time you listen to this session. And again, thank you for responding to richmindhypnosis.com, and enjoy the relaxation for as long as you desire. Thank you.